Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man chapter 150. But before that, let's talk a little bit about 149. So we see a little bit at the beginning that there were some anti-Chainsaw Man protesters, and basically blaming all this for ignoring the prophecy, and just, a whole crowd basically was what looks to be a spear, and just, the typical thing. They're just trying to go and burn the Chainsaw Man army to ashes, which, I mean, that would be kind of helpful, but they're not really doing it for the right reasons. And then we see from a distance, inside of an alleyway, there's Denji, Fumiko, and Nayuta just looking at this from a kind of a safe distance. And then Denji tells Fumiko that if push comes to shove, I'll bust out the chainsaws. And then Fumiko just calls him ridiculous and says this is the worst time to turn into Chainsaw Man. Which, I mean, I can kind of see that point, but, as we see later, like, literally, what is Fumiko here for? Because she's never been useful in any kind of way. Like, literally, there has not been a time where I feel like her existence in the story is justified, other than, just to put a character as the theme in regards to, like, unhealthy fans. But, like, we already had Makima for that, and now Barem. So it's like, sure, she has a slightly different flavor of that, but we don't, like, it's just not needed. Sorry, the tangent, but it is what it is. You know me. So then, yeah, she says to Denji, don't worry, I'll protect you too. Which, yeah, he has nothing to say to that. But it doesn't seem like he believes her. And then Nayuta goes, we don't need your protection. I'm stronger than you, which is true, as far as we know. Because Fumiko hasn't shown anything in regards to strength, or like physical strength, or devil contracts, like, at all. At this point, I'm even wondering if she has one. Like, what does she even do? But yeah, Nayuta then says, I'll kill anything that attacks us. And Denji doesn't seem to, we don't see even, like, a panel showing his reaction to that. Or, just him, like, vocally, like, disapproving of that. Nothing. So either, she's already said that before, so she's not surprised. Or, he didn't seem like it was the time to say something about that. Who knows? But I do feel like Denji is definitely not the type to be okay with that. So, yeah, like, he'll let people die, but he won't actively go and try and kill innocent people. Like, that's just, I feel like that's not him. But yeah, that takes Fumiko, like, thinking. And yeah, she asked, will you kill humans if they attack us? And then Nayuta, like, as if it's the most obvious thing in the world, she's like, well, yeah, humans are weak compared to devils. So it was not, for her, it wasn't, a shoot-eye, but, like, of course I can. And yeah, Fumiko looks very, not disturbed, but, like, concerned about that. And yeah, she asks Denji, what have you been teaching her? And then she's just like, well, whatever's in educational TV. Which is not very, it doesn't quell Fumiko's or my concerns. Or it doesn't give relief, at least. And then Denji, like, kind of just ignores that because he remembers, oh shit, the apartment. What's gonna happen to it? And Naito also gets, like, a singular panel to herself after Denji says that. And they're both now like, oh shit, well, the pets are hungry. We gotta go home. These panels are big, so, like, this is kind of like, I feel like, to emphasize that they really care about that. Even though, like, I feel like they're being a little naive. Like, I legit thought they were just gonna immediately turn into runaways and just, you know, move into a different city, at least. But no. Or at least, you know, even if the apartment cannot be saved, then hopefully the pets can be. But it's still a very risky thing to try at the moment. Yeah, and then Fumiko basically mocks them and says, I guarantee you those church freaks have staked out your apartment already. But those two, the siblings just completely ignore her. And they're still thinking about the pets. And that's when Fumiko basically starts to put herself as an not object, as an obstacle between what they want to do right now. I can't let you go home. We'll shelter you two at a public safety facility. Honestly, I'm glad that didn't happen because definitely seems like a very, very bad idea to let public safety just have these two basically on a more tighter leash. In an environment where they can freely control them more easily. So then, once she basically tells them that, Nagita's like, okay, you're gonna be like that. Boom. Shoots her with a chain. Fumiko manages to avoid it, so that's impressive. Because it was super close, the distance between them. So either, yeah, she was expecting it, and her reflexes are just that good, or, which is something I didn't expect, or just straight up Naita wasn't actually aiming for her, and was aiming for the old lady behind her. And then Fraud Miko just gets choked by a senior citizen. Granted, though, I feel like Naita controlling her did give her, like, a strength that she doesn't normally have, but still kind of funny. Then Denji tickles Naita, so she lets Fumiko go, and Fumiko runs away. Because there is a big chance that Naita was actually gonna try to kill her for sure. But the way that this is like the way that the panels are shown almost feels like, you know, it was almost like faked. Because Naita, from the moment that Fumiko is out of sight, they're all like, okay, now we can stop doing that. As if they were just faking the tickle attack. Or just Naita let Denji do that. And, you know, she could have just gotten out of it. This is when the most juicy part of the chapter comes in. You really tried to kill her just now, didn't you? It's fine for those to kill living things of any kind. Fish swim, trees photosynthesize is the same thing. Yeah, so basically what Naita is saying is, like, regardless of how Denji has been raising her, the inherent desires and instincts of a devil are just something you cannot just erase or, you know, fully suppress. Yeah. Hurting people makes you feel alive, doesn't it? Which, you know, it makes the reader remind us about, you know, when he beat up all the people back at the karaoke when he first met Fumiko. But I feel like that was, you know, that's not really how to say this. Denji doesn't just feel alive hurting other people. After all, you know, otherwise what, you know, he wouldn't have cared when Bauer and Aki died. He really did feel really like a special and real connection with them, just doing mundane things like going shopping and eating and, you know, cooking for each other. And this is just, you know, an unhealthy way for Denji to deal with his frustrations and his what he feels is a lack of love. But you know, that's not something that it's instinctual, in my opinion. After all, he's not a full devil, he's a hybrid. And depending on what he wants, he could be, you know, more human than devil. And this is, you know, something that's always been asked to him, you know, where are you here? And what side are you? Devils or humans? And it's always, you know, remember when we first officially met Kishibe? He tells, Denji tells Kishibe that he'll choose the side that takes care of him the most. So, even though he said that, I doubt he'd, like, fully give his back to humanity. Otherwise, Denji wouldn't have hesitated here. And he even says that, you know, like, you can't be serious, Nayata. And she actually does say that she gave it a lot of thought, and even though, yeah, she likes human culture, it's still not, like, enough for her to, you know, want to save everyone in Earth. And she even says, like, oh, well, if we ruled over people as devils, then we could just get all the food that we want. And we could just get any pet that we want, you know? We could just do whatever the hell we desire if we're on top. We don't have to act and resign ourselves as act like normal humans. And then, you know, Denji's like, well, you're not the only person that I care about. What about mine? And then he cuts himself off. Because I guess he doesn't consider himself having friends. Which is sad that he, you know, the relationship between him and Yoshida is complicated. And I understand why he still doesn't consider Yoshida a friend. But I was hoping he'd be there. So he switches it and he's like, what about your friends at school? And Naita just says, well, who cares if they die? You don't care? So I'm good. I'm just all that you need. And yo, the look that she gives Denji in those next two panels is just a little bit chilling. Definitely we're seeing the big consequences of this unhealthy, codependent relationship that these two have developed over the last, like, year. And just, it's saddening, honestly. That after all the efforts that Denji put into having Naita become, like, the most human she could be, she still acts like this. So, you know, I gotta wonder, you know, the whole, what is it? Like, nature, or is nature over nurture, or nurture over nature? At least in this story, what's the one that's more prevalent, or, you know, the one that's actually the more influential on a person's life. And even though Denji doesn't say anything, after Nayuta says, you don't care, I'm all you need, Denji gives this look, and Nayuta says, oh, right, Asamitaka, you're thinking of her, right? Why is that most important to you? You risked your life to protect her the other day, too. I don't get it. And then he says, 'cause we kissed. I've kissed a bunch of times up until now, and it always went horribly wrong. Oh, this is so sad. That kiss with Asa was the one time I didn't get hurt. But we know, since we were mostly on her perspective at that time, Asa, I still wasn't really up for, turning Denji into a weapon. But Yoru was still part of that body, and she kissed Denji for not good reasons. And just kissed him without him giving full consent. But the fact that this was the kiss that, physically didn't hurt is just ouch. My boy, Denji. I want so many good things for him. And then Night asks, do you like her? And she's like, this much. Because after all, they don't really know each other that well. But even just that was just enough for Denji to be like, okay, I care. And then, well, what about me? And he's like, yeah, this whole lot. He's like, okay, that's enough for now. I'm gonna give you a hug, and then let's go to our apartment. Oh, and then she, for now, says, I won't kill humans. So, I don't think this is gonna be the last time we see an argument like this between these two. I think this is just gonna be basically putting a band-aid on something that needs stitches, basically. Something that, for now, it's something that they're not gonna be arguing about. But it's gonna come up again, because after all, Naita hasn't really, she's still basically getting her way. There's still not a compromise, and Denji needs to, at one point, being like, no, Naita, okay? You cannot keep getting away with this. I want to make my own decisions, I'm the older brother here, and I want to tell you this is what I want, and you're not gonna stop me. But I still love you. I feel we're still gonna get that eventually. And that's gonna be like the climax of this relationship. But yeah, enough about the chapter. Let's start with chapter 150. But before that, I'm gonna tell you that I've been spoiled about something. And it's definitely just it makes me feel a lot of things. When we get there, we'll get there. But I'm already feeling upset, sad, disappointed, annoyed. So let's just start. The title of the chapter is Dreams Next Stage. Dreams. Okay. Maybe something to do with Denji's goal? So he's carrying Naita a piggyback ride until they get to the apartment. There are people going to work despite the disaster. It's a surprisingly ordinary day. I mean, yeah, some people just kind of have to keep going. Unfortunately, they can't afford to. Also, that girl in this panel kind of looks like Asa there. But I don't know, maybe just Fujimoto's art style. Because we know that Yoru right now is in control. And they're in the... Are they in their school uniform? I forget. I have to check. Oh. Yo, Denji's looking pretty, scared and shocked right now. I might have school tomorrow, too. Naita's looking kind of sleepy, but Denji's looking at something and then he averted his gaze. I don't think, okay, I looked at the next page, okay. So I don't think he's looking at something like that's physically there. He's just making these expressions because he's thinking of the normal days, you know. After all, that's what Naita just said. It's a surprisingly ordinary day. And yeah, then just remembering all the ordinary days that he's had with Naita recently. But he doesn't seem to be looking forward to them at all. In fact, he's almost looking like he's about to be having an anxiety attack. Oh yeah, gotta get back to the apartment, back to my ordinary life. I'm living the life I'd always dreamed of. I don't need to be Chainsaw Man anymore. Hear that, Pochita? I mean, it's been a while since we had Denji internal thoughts. Once again, trying to convince himself this is what he wants. And you know, has been since chapter 1, you know? I want to have a normal life. But now that he has the semblance of one, it's like, wait, but I want more. But he can't afford himself to try to achieve that. Because I'm super happy right now. Are you? You're not smiling. Oh, shit. Okay. He stomped his foot on a crow. And this is just, you know, reminding me of Makima. And we get a single panel of Denji's reaction to that. But he just keeps going on. Oh shit. Pochita. 2 panels of Pochita and a young Denji. Our dream came true. I know, right? Okay, Denji. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh no, Fujimoto. You even don't know what's gonna happen. You know, when they get to their apartment. I'm still... Oh, I hate this. What will you dream of next? That's why the chapter is called Next Dream, right? Dream's next stage, yeah. Next? Do you want a lot of girlfriends? Or maybe money? Next? Yeah, Denji never imagined that he'd have the ability to even get a new dream. I want to be Chainsaw Man. Oh man, yep. We know. We know. Despite, you know, now that he was able to get a normal life, now his next dream is to be Chainsaw Man. Now that he has that experience. Oh man, and then yeah, we got to the apartment and it's in flames. The fire devil. Both of them are pretty shocked and just upset by all this. Naita is yelling. And yeah, even just from here, I can definitely see Barem from the back. The pets! Don't tell me all of them are dead? Denji! Oh, is he gonna try and rescue one of them? Oh. Barem put his foot so Denji would fall down. Oh, he's gonna look at who did it. If you're gonna burn someone, it's gotta be family. I figured killing Asamitaka wouldn't fire you up that much. You barely know her after all. Wow. That's the reason Barem didn't go for her, huh? Because that's who Denji went for after all. Remember when he met him when he first went to the church? You know, what do you prefer? Normal life or becoming Chainsaw Man and getting all this? And after that, Denji still tried to keep a normal life. So all the pets are, you know, a big symbol of that. So that's why Barem chose them. Because they would mean more to him. Plus, cats and dogs seemed more flammable, you know? Then again... Man... I mean, Barem is a great antagonist. But I'm disliking him right now. Who knows if he is even being honest, though. Considering, for all we know, Fami could have just, you know, banned Barem from attacking Asa. And now at the moment, considering what the plan is, Yoru is much more stronger than she used to be. Oh man, Denji's reaction to that. Oof. And the next panel where it's just, we can see both him and Barem, but we cannot see Denji's face. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's multiple cuts appearing through Barem's body. At first I thought it was Denji. Oh no, they're not cuts, they're bullets. Yeah, they're devil hunters. 3 devil hunters and Fumiko attacking Barem. I doubt that's gonna do anything, considering he's a hybrid. And for his head and hands, his devil transformation trigger is a molar. Oh, whoa, that was fast. It seems he already transformed and he's appearing behind her. Wait, no, that was Whip? Yaha. No shit. Looks like one of the devil hunters just got cut in half. That would have been nice at this moment to get rid of Fumiko. No? Okay. Oh man, this was such a good chapter though. I did not expect it to end the way that it did. Especially considering now that I'm seeing the clothes that Whip is wearing. Kind of looks like the Devil Hunter uniform. Kinda, but not exactly. Which I was still wondering what happened to Whip, Spear, and Sugo. Because they were, cut into pieces and captured. But we didn't know. I mean, it's only been like, an hour at most since then. So yeah, I'm wondering how this happened. Hopefully we get an answer. We still don't know where the hell Fami is, so there's that. But I'm guessing she's gonna be the one to help Barem. I mean, she's already doing it. But I mean, to have him regenerate and give him blood. But yeah, the whole chapter from, I won't say the whole chapter, from like chapter 1, page 1 to like page 12 right before Barem gets shot. That was a fantastic chapter. Just Fujimoto getting to rip Denji's heart once again without actually killing one of the characters we know. Well, except for... I still... No way, bro. I cannot believe... I swear. Cats and dogs. Bro, if Meowie was actually killed off screen by Barem, I just... Like, granted, I don't want to see it. That would that would be... I feel a bit gratuitous, but... Man, this is sad. I would have definitely cried if we actually saw it. I cannot believe Meowie, the last memento we had of power, is just gone. I understand why Fujimoto did this, but it's just it's sad. There's just no other way to put it. Like Denji was already going a little bit through it, but you just take away this, and I don't know how this is going to affect Denji. Like legit, when Barem was taunting him, and we didn't see Denji's face, I thought he was going to transform into Chainsaw Man, and that was what was happening with Barem. You know, those were cuts, not, you know, bullet shots. But no, he was still just on the ground, trying to process the death of all his pets. And I'm surprised we didn't get Nayuta trying to attack Barem. She was still staying a few ways away and just called out to Denji, but didn't actually go and try to, you know, find them. Which maybe that distinction says also something about them, that Denji still wanted to rescue them, but then Naita was just there. And even though she did seem worried about, you know, the pets, maybe she'd already been giving up on them. Like she'd already, you know, was thinking that they were already dead. Whereas Denji was like, maybe I can save some of them. At least one of them. But then, you know, Barem just completely shuts that possibility down. And then just the sequence where Denji is like, oh right, normal life. That's something that I'm actually capable of and that I've been doing. If I go back to the apartment, back to normal life, I'll be living the life I'd always dreamed of. I don't need to be Chainsaw Man anymore. Hear that, Pochita? Because I'm super happy right now. And yeah, this was definitely him trying to, you know, convince himself that's not something that he wants or needs. And even though he's been, you know, in part 2, he'd been transforming into Chainsaw Man for just in a very, you know, convoluted way. Not convoluted in the sense, you know, that the reason was complicated, but more so that he was doing for the wrong reasons. And, you know, like, sure, he can have tons of girlfriends, there's nothing bad with it. It's just, you know, that obviously what he needs are more so friends and family before he can have a healthy relationship, and just, you know, him having sex isn't going to fix everything. That's not gonna make for, you know, just a good relationship or fix all his problems, which is something that he's been doing before. When he wanted to touch boobs for the first time, or when he wanted to have his first kiss, all his first have been disappointments. So just putting something in a pedestal like that, you know, that shouldn't be his goal, basically, because he's bound to get disappointed and just, you know, just putting all his stocks on that specific goal just doesn't feel like the healthy way to go about that. So, you know, I want him to be Chainsaw Man again. I don't want him to do, you know, to do it for the reasons that he wants, but, you know, just, you know, for him to know that, you know, that's not going to bring him the happiness that he thinks. Or maybe that's just straight up not what he needs. But he has to, you know, make mistakes and find out by himself. Or for himself. But yeah, we get Pochita being like, our dream came true. Okay, Denji. I still cannot believe we actually got to see Pochita again. And it wasn't necessarily in the, you know, don't open this door kind of thing. But straight up, it seems like, I don't know, this kind of mind palace thing that these two have going on. Pochita finally answered. And he asked, what will you dream of next? Do you want lots of girlfriends or maybe money? And Denji, it's interesting, he could have just said, well, I want both, you know? But instead he just said, I want to be Chainsaw Man. So it seems like he wants to also be Chainsaw Man. Regardless of whether it brings him those two things. So it begs the question, what does Chainsaw Man mean to Denji now? I don't know, I feel like this is a very interesting aspect of Denji's character. I really hope we get to dive into it soon again. But you never know. Although this has been a big thing in this arc. The normal life arc? I don't know. I'd say it probably started, you know, that chapter when he went to the movies with Yoshida. But I wouldn't have like a specific, you know, point where this was like made really relevant. What does Denji want to do, and why? What does he think that it's going to bring him? I feel like he's really misunderstanding what normal and what happiness is. But, you know, that's something that a lot of people do. So I don't blame him. He has a very skewed perspective of how some things work. And also I'm surprised at how not so bad his morality is comparing to, you know, some other characters in the series. Considering no one really raised him. Like, yes, he met Aki and, you know, all of them. But that was fairly late into, you know, his development. Instead of, you know, having a good role model ever since he was a little kid. He didn't have that, so, yeah. Like I said, it's impressive how well-adjusted he actually is. But yeah, I don't think I'm talking too much about the specifics of the chapter. So I'm just gonna leave this here. And yeah, we'll see what happens next and what we get explained and how Denji will take all of this and how will he internalize it? So yeah, if you enjoyed this reaction video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.